Hey, you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Beast! Peekaboo, I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available summer 2024, the album. Dad, shimmy, shimmy. AF, rock on gold dust. These dreams go on when it's cold outside. I went to a party last Saturday night. That was not the moment right there, okay? That was not the moment, okay? Let me get my best Lita Ford going on. I went to a party last Saturday night. I didn't get laid. I got in a fight. Kiss me once. Come on, pretty baby. Kiss me deadly. Beast. How are you guys doing today? Oh my God. I am not the moment today, okay? And I have to tell you, I wasn't the moment yesterday either. I posted my video and I watched it back before I posted it and I was like, something's missing from this video. And it was the lip gloss. I was like, my lip gloss be popping. I was like, something was missing from that video yesterday and it was definitely the lip gloss, which is why I wasn't the moment yesterday. I wasn't the moment and I wasn't popping. So let's get into the lip gloss and let's get into the moment and let's be the moment today. Be the moment. For those of you that follow my Instagram, did you see the other day that I posted all these pictures of myself as a kid and when I was growing up and before I got sober and after I got sober? And I posted in there, a couple people posted, they said that they really it was for Mother's Day. I was going to post all these pictures of my mom and stuff like that, but all the pictures I had, I was at my husband's aunt's house for Mother's Day, and all the pictures I had in my phone of my mom to post up there were screenshots of pictures, and they were not great. I was going to do this whole montage of all of the women in my life, my stepmom and Tanya Jean and my mother-in-law and my sponsor and all these people that have really made me into who I am today, all the fantastic mothers. And so I had this whole put together and I was like, I don't really have that many great pictures of me and my mom in my phone together. So I was like, I'm just going to post pictures of myself growing up. And so, and the comment underneath there was, it's been a long road, but I'm still here, mama. And people seem to like that. But anyway, so at the end of it, at the end of my post, let's get into the Instagram real quick here. I just did a video over on my Peter Does Stuff channel, I've got so many I got so many channels with my name in the title of it. I just did a video over on my Peter Watches TV channel, my newest channel, which was Peter's Reality TV Recaps and Opinions, but I renamed it Peter Watches TV. It's not just reality TV anymore. Now it's all TV shows. I did Baby Reindeer. I did Fallout. I'm going to do the interview with the woman that's supposedly from Baby Reindeer, that interview that she did on Piers Morgan. I did Unlocked. I've got a bunch of shows I'm going to do over there. Bridgerton is coming out this week. Can you believe it? Oh my God, I'm so excited about Bridgerton. But anyway, I just did a video of the new cast of the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16. They announced it today. But anyway, I put this picture up over here, and so I put this quote, and the quote said, "Life may not be the party we hoped for, but while we're here, we should dance." And then after that, I put this screenshot of Lita Ford, "Kiss me deadly. Kiss me once, come on pretty baby, kiss me deadly, cherry bomb." Beast. For those fans of Lita Ford when she was in The Runaways. Anyway, how are you guys doing today? Are you guys having a good day? I'm having such a good day today, except it's it dropped 10 degrees. I need more lip gloss. It dropped 10 degrees, and I'm in my head thinking something as I'm saying this. It dropped 10 degrees and it's raining outside. And I wanted to film videos outside, but I can't do that today because it's raining. And what was I thinking in my head? I was thinking in my head that the #1 comment that I got in my video from yesterday, I say things in my videos and I don't even realize that how I say them or what I said until people start commenting on it. And I got so many comments from people yesterday that said that I kept on saying period, end of story, which is so funny because that's something that my mom used to say back in the day. But, I mean, long before people said period, and all that kind of stuff, my mom would go period, end of story. And I must have said it several times in my video yesterday. I didn't even catch it when I watched it back because I say it all the time in my real life. But so many people commented on it. They're like, period, end of story. And they're like, how many times, is everybody counting how many times Peter says, period, end of story? I must have said it a lot. I don't know. I must have said it a lot. But I have to tell you, I'm verily tired today. I'm verily tired today because My husband came home from work yesterday. He wasn't feeling great, and he literally got into bed last night at like 6 o'clock. He's like, I said, are you going to bed for the night? He's like, I do not feel well. I am super, super tired. So he went to bed for the night. Well, I got all my videos up. I filmed 6 videos yesterday, so including my vlog. I vlog every single day. Well, almost every single day, but I'm on a streak right now. I filmed all of April, and I'm gonna vlog today. So today will be the 14th day of May that I will have vlogged over my vlog channel. People say it's like a podcast, just tell stories, and you can come over there and just have it on the background list. You don't have to watch me. I'm just sitting in a chair like this, usually drinking coffee, just telling stories of my life and what I did for the last 24 hours and stuff like that. Thoughts about the world and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, last night, I got done with my vlog. I was getting my vlog up and stuff like that. And all I wanted to do yesterday, because I knew I didn't have to get up early today, all I wanted to do was take a nap. And then I wanted to get up and watch The Walking Dead, because I'm on season 11. I'm on the last season. There's 24 episodes. So I came upstairs and I laid down, gave Boo Radley his medicine and things like that, got him all settled, got him little treats. Well, that woke him up because he had been asleep with his dad, see, in his little purple bed. He had been asleep with his dad. And so then that woke him up. Then he had gone outside. I took him outside. In the span of about an hour, I had to take that little guy outside like 5 times. It's all just trickery of the world. You can't trust nobody anymore, okay? I can't even trust my own dog. My dog, he acts like he has to go outside and do his business, but really what it is he just wants more treats, is what it is, okay? So I tried to take a nap. I tried so hard, but I couldn't. So finally I got up, and I watched this video by JoJo Siwa and Joey Graceffa. That was on Joey Graceffa's channel. It was crap is what it was. But anyway, so we're going to talk about that today. But then I watched back-to-back 6 episodes. 6 episodes or 7 episodes of The Walking Dead season 10. Did y'all watch this show? Like, I'm so, like, kind of out of sorts because, you know, they go from, like, being in the woods and people, like, trying to kill them and zombies trying to eat them and all this kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden, they're at the Commonwealth and they're eating ice cream cones and listening to records and stuff like that. And I'm, like, so confused about it, okay? I'm so confused about it, but I will tell you this. I finished Fear the Walking Dead. I'm so ready to finish The Walking Dead, but I don't, like, I'm getting to this point in the show. Have you guys ever been like this with a show? I was like this with the show Lost. I don't know what I'm going to do without The Walking Dead. Now, I got 3 spinoffs, okay, that I got to still watch after this, but I don't really know what I'm going to do after The Walking Dead is over, because I feel like those people are my family. I felt like that when I watched Lost, you know? I get into these shows and I binge watch these shows. I felt like that with Vanderpump Rules, because I binge watched 10 seasons of it. Now this season, no, I don't claim none of them people. I don't claim none of them people. And tonight, I did a video yesterday on my Peter Watches TV channel about all of my thoughts about Vanderpump Rules through the years. But tonight is the reunion of Vanderpump Rules when it all comes out. I think this is the last season of Vanderpump Rules. I do. It should be. If it's not, it should be. And then, you know, before that, I binge watched 1,000-Pound Sisters. I do. Like, I do. I feel like I'm part of one. I'm a Slayton sister. I am like, listen, they need to give me my honorary badge of being a Slayton sister, because I love that show so much. I've tried to get so many people to watch that show, and everybody watches like 2 episodes of it, and they're like, no, I can't do it. I'm not interested at all. I'm like, it is like one of the best shows in the entire world. 1,000-Pound Sisters. I love it so much. Amy, how are you doing out there, girl? So anyway, then I watched, well, before all that, last night, I watched this video that Joey Graceffa put out, where he's using JoJo Siwa. It was interesting because, so it's one of these videos, it's the video like he did with Daniel. It's this new series that he's doing over here. I don't know what the series is called, Spit or Chew, or Spit or Swallow. That's probably what he should call it. Spit or Swallow, or something like that. And it's basically where he has all on his problematic friends, and then he asks some questions, and they either have to eat like a gross food or answer a question. It's basically been done like 1,000 times before on YouTube and TV shows and things like that. But Joey Graceffa didn't take it, and he didn't like run with it and called it Spit or Swallow or something like that. I don't really care. But anyway, it's interesting to me the people that he has on there, okay? Like, the only reason he ever has Daniel Prada in a video is because people love Daniel and Joey together as the Janiels, which was never true to begin with, okay? And, I can't wait till one of them shows up on a podcast, because I will sure as shit call that shit out, okay? That somebody told me straight back in the day that relationship was fake. Told me that on the phone. I'm just waiting for it, waiting for that to be a guest on that talk show. So anyway, that's why he has Daniel in his videos, because if you look, Joey's videos are like this, dogs, 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 and then he'll have Daniel on, and it'll be like, he'll do a little bit better on that video, because people that love Joey Graceffa, they love Daniels, Joey and Daniel together, right? The other person that he has the most in his videos is JoJo Siwa, which I think is an interesting choice. But he has JoJo Siwa in a lot of his videos, okay? And it's always like, pick a lesbian out of the line. Like, there are 6 people here. Which one would you not think is the lesbian? I mean, it's so based on stereotypes. It, like, furthers what we have fought for the last 30 years to get away from stereotyping people in the LGBTQI plus community. And Joey Graceffa feeds into that. With a person that's recently out in the LGBTQI plus community, and they're both supposed to be role models, and it's pick a lesbian out of a line, right? Like, it's so Jerry Springer, Maury Povich, 2024. It's baffling to me, but whatever, do you? People want to watch it. Not many people compared to your old videos, but some people want to watch it. More people than me, but not many. So it was interesting that he had her on this new show that he's doing, which is called Spit or Swallow. And Spit or Swallow, it's not called Spit or Swallow. It's called something like Chew or Answer or something like that, but whatever. I mean, he and Daniel Prada made so many sexual jokes in their video, they should have called it Spit or Swallow. So anyway, we'll just refer to it as Spit or Swallow, because my videos are not marked for kids. I know his are probably marked for kids, because he's done tons of videos made for kids, and that was his audience for a long time, which is why he wouldn't talk about certain things. But my videos are not marked for kids on any of my channels. My videos on all my channels are made for adults, 100%. So anyway, so I go over there and I watch this video. Now, the video is called, hold on just a second. The video is called JoJo Siwa Answers Uncomfortable Questions. Oh, Spill or Spew is what it's called. Spill or Spew, not Spit or Swallow. Okay. Girl, you should have called it Spit or Swallow. I actually think that that would have been a better title. And since you're talking about all kinds of adult things on these videos, I don't know why you wouldn't just call it Spit or Swallow. Are you afraid you wouldn't it would get monetized? So anyway, so I go in there and I watch this. Now, here was my thing, right? Joey Graceffa unfollowed Colleen Ballinger. I just talked about this in my video yesterday, right? Performatively. He unfollowed her, but never came out and said anything about Colleen Ballinger. Like, we don't know his stance on Colleen Ballinger, and I know people are going to be like, well, he doesn't have to. Okay, granted, but I'm just telling you how I feel about it, and I'm telling you what he's done with it, okay? Other people, like Rosanna Pansino, his ex, Daniel Prada, they have come out and spoken about how they feel about Colleen Ballinger. He's never come out and spoken about Colleen Ballinger. Joey Graceffa, who in the career of Colleen Ballinger has probably done the most videos. They actually have, if you go over to their channels, they have videos where they're going back and looking at all the past videos that they've done together, because there's so many of them. I mean, they've literally done so many videos together, right? And in many of the videos, Joey Graceffa is inappropriate too, with Miranda Sings and things like that. I mean, so the fact that he's never come out and spoken about her, I mean, based on that, I guess we just have to admit that Joey Graceffa stands behind what Colleen Ballinger has done. And that he agrees with her behavior, because he's never come out and spoke otherwise. So we have to make our own assumptions by that, right? That's his fault, because he's never come out and spoke about it. If he came out and spoke about it as a grown man, okay, not as a pussal, but as a grown man, then we would know where he stood, okay? I think people know where I stand on this issue and how I feel about it, okay? But I don't know where Joey Graceffa stands on it, because Joey Graceffa's never come out and stood about it, because he talked about it, because he's too worried about his career and what people will think, and then he'll piss off a lot of Miranda Sings and Colleen Ballinger fans, and he might lose that fan group. He can't do that when he's only getting 40 to 60,000 views a video for a Spit and Swallow series anyway, right? He can't do that. So what does he do? He calls his good Judy JoJo Siwa. Now, this is an interesting choice to me, okay? Because JoJo Siwa is one of Colleen Ballinger's best friends. In fact, she came on the Howie Mandel podcast, and when Howie Mandel, because he had the balls to ask JoJo Siwa about it, okay? He didn't ask her all the way through. I would have, but he didn't ask her all the way through, but he had the balls to ask her about her friendship with Colleen Ballinger. Joey Graceffa don't even have the balls for that, okay? He don't have the balls to eat none of this food, and he don't even have the balls to answer any of these questions and all this kind of stuff. He's so cringe to watch. But anyway, so he comes out and he says, and you know, it's interesting to me, I will say this, and like I said recently in a video, and whenever I start talking about Trisha Paytas in a positive way, you know, they can't handle it. It's like they can't stand it, right? So anyway, but I said that I thought the podcast was good. I liked Oscar on the podcast and things like that. But I do think it's interesting that Oscar is such a close friend with Joey Graceffa, and Trisha has made it pretty clear how she feels about Colleen Ballinger. I know from the past, now maybe her opinions changed, but I know how she used to feel about Joey Graceffa. I don't know, maybe her opinions changed. I think it's all like that whole thing is so interesting to me. And so it's interesting to me that, and I know that because she told me on the phone when I talked to her years ago, that's interesting to me that Oscar, who is one of Joey Graceffa's best friends, he talks about it all the time on there, that he's never mentioned anything about what Joey thinks about Colleen or how Joey feels about Colleen or any of that kind of stuff, which must mean that Joey's still friends with Colleen, because if nobody's talking about it, then we just have to assume that nothing's changed, right? Okay, so Joey has on JoJo Siwa. He's had her on multiple videos, right? JoJo Siwa, who is probably the biggest Colleen Ballinger defender, because she got on the Howie Mandel podcast and said, see, the thing is, you can take a lie and run with it. She called the victims liars, okay? When there's literally factual evidence of Colleen Ballinger having inappropriate conversations with minors. There's factual evidence. JoJo Siwa, to her millions of followers, okay? She called that a lie, and she said you can take a lie and run with it. That's what she did. She defended Colleen Ballinger to her millions of people. Now Joey Graceffa, who has never come out and talked about his alignment with Colleen Ballinger, his friendship, how much he gained off of his friendship through his career with her and things like that. Now he has JoJo Siwa, the biggest Colleen Ballinger defender, on his channel when he's never come out and spoken against Colleen Ballinger. Oh, wait, but in his last Daniel Prada spit and swallow video that he did, where Daniel Prada called Connor Franta boring, and then Connor Franta ate him up, that last one that he did, they actually rated Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson worse than Colleen Ballinger, which blew me away. Daniel Prada says it, and Joey Graceffa agrees with it. I was like, okay, now I'm not saying that they're pure as snow, okay? Like, they've done some shit. But there's like factual evidence, okay, of Colleen Ballinger and her staying in group chats after the allegations came. She couldn't get out of it. Her shaming people, exploiting people at her show, making people feel unsafe. I mean, there is history with her, okay? And yes, there's history with those other people too, but it stops at some point. With Colleen Ballinger, it just keeps on going on and on and on and on and on and on and on, you know? And I will say this, Shane Dawson at least got in a video and sat down and tried to address it the best that he could. I don't think it was great, but he tried to. Jeffree Star's made 15 apology videos. Colleen Ballinger has never once come out and addressed anything and taken any kind of accountability whatsoever, you know? So Daniel Prada gets in a video and he calls Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star sociopaths and ranks them worse than Colleen Ballinger. I thought that was such a choice. So I thought, well, since y'all had the balls to do that and you're spit and swallow with Daniel Prada, you're definitely going to do it with JoJo Siwa. You're definitely going to bring up Colleen Ballinger, right? Which I think is what the majority of people thought, because they called the video, JoJo Siwa answers uncomfortable questions. Well, what's the most uncomfortable question to her? What she said about Colleen Ballinger, right? You took a lie and run with it. If I had JoJo Siwa in front of me, I'd ask her, what did you mean by that, girl? What lie are you talking about? There's factual evidence. You want me to bring it up for you on the phone right now? Here, JoJo, why don't you read these text messages? Why don't you read these direct messages? Why don't you read these group chats? Read them out loud and see if you can chew that food at the same time, okay? Why don't you read them out loud and then tell me where the lie is and who ran with it? That's what I'd say to Colleen Ballinger. So first of all, it says Joey Graceffa has no integrity, okay? Second of all, and I want to make this very, very clear when I say this, okay? Because I feel very strongly about this. The fact that he used the title, JoJo Siwa answers uncomfortable questions, okay? On the heels of he and Daniel Prada talking about Colleen Ballinger and ranking Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson as worse, makes people think that they're going to talk about Colleen Ballinger, okay? Not to mention, Colleen Ballinger was who introduced JoJo Siwa to Joey Graceffa, okay? We know that as history, okay? That's how they met. So the fact that JoJo Siwa and Joey Graceffa are doing a video together, answering uncomfortable questions, when the most uncomfortable situation between them are the allegations against Colleen Ballinger, makes you immediately think that they're going to talk about that, okay? He could have called this video anything, like JoJo Siwa won't address her ex-girlfriend, or if she's dating, JoJo Siwa addresses her song, which he did do that, actually. He put out a short of a clip of this video, hold on a second, and he called it, hold on a second, I just had it up here, something like, here it is, JoJo Siwa talks stealing karma. Well, he could have called the video that, he didn't have to call the short that. So he does this, right? So that people will think that this is about Colleen Ballinger. In fact, when you go read the comments that he hasn't deleted yet, there's many underneath here that people are saying things about him not talking about Colleen Ballinger. I mean, it says on here, somebody said, Hold on a second. I mean, this is like in the newer comments from a couple hours ago. Yeah, let's just ignore the real reason people don't like her besides her cringy music and interviews. Somebody right underneath her said the only question missing, allegations. Somebody said, Joey, please not JoJo. I mean, it goes on here and it talks about how they're monetizing the whole situation with the victims. I mean, somebody else said that in here. I mean, it's unbelievable, all these things. Somebody said, Daniel, ooh, Joey, ooh. No, not the pedo defender. Joey, I had more faith in you. You lost me forever. I mean, it goes on and on and on about this, right? And I'm like, I mean, predator protector, somebody posted underneath here. I mean, it goes on and on and on. And I'm like, you didn't ask one thing about Colleen Ballinger, but you sure did clickbait the title to make people think that you're going to. This is important, okay? Joey Graceffa clickbaited the title in a way, and if he ever came out and talked about this and was like, no, like, seriously, like, I didn't know, like, I just, like, foster dogs, and I didn't know that title, the fuck you didn't, okay? You've been around on YouTube long enough, you know what to do with the title, you know what to do with the thumbnail, you knew that making that title was going to get people over there to come over there and talk about it, you knew asking JoJo Siwa on your podcast, or on this, whatever this bullshit is, Spit and Swallow, you knew asking her to come over there was going to have people come over there because they were going to think that she was going to talk about Colleen Ballinger. Hell, it's not just me, people in your comment sections that like you came over there and watched it. Okay? Because they thought that you were going to talk about Colleen Ballinger. So you're using the stories of the victims. You're using the exploitation that they went through, okay? All the victims that they went through, okay? You're using that for a clickbait title to get views on a video. I don't ever want anybody to come over to my channel ever again and say, I talk about people 100 times, or I do this, or I do that, or I clickbait a title. You're going to say that to me, you better take it right over there to Joey Graceffa, okay? Because he literally, okay, used victims, never addressed it, never talked about it, never took a stand against Colleen, never said the victim's story should be heard, never talked about the safety issues of Becky at the show, never mentioned Adam McIntyre, never talked about Oliver, never talked about the Ballinger family, never talked about, still won't. Weak. He's weak, okay? Weak is what he is. That he won't come out, but he wants to use JoJo Siwa for this. In fact, it's so interesting to me because the top question which he has pinned is, oh, this will be interesting. Who should I have on here next? No, but the second one is asking JoJo if she wrote Karma was a risky question, because that's like one of the first questions he asks her. And he commented on it, and he goes, well, we need answers. Well, we need answers about your friendship with Colleen Ballinger, too, but we ain't getting them, okay? We need answers why JoJo Siwa came out and said that you can take a lie and run with it, but she ain't answering that either, okay? You ask her everything about if she's dating somebody. You ask her all the questions that don't nobody care about. Did she write Karma, okay? Well, I got some notes in here. I want to actually see who people say that he should have on here next. They should have Colleen. I should probably comment that on here, shouldn't I? Colleen. A Manny, for sure. He's so funny. Oh, my God. 2 predator protectors together. That would be so much fun. Oh, I love that somebody put Connor Franta in here. Yes, have Connor Franta on there. James Charles, ... somebody put on here. A lot of people are asking for Rosanna Pansino, Manny and Laura Lee. A lot of people are actually asking for Trish and Tana, actually. Interesting. Trisha, Manny, Rosanna. Why did you change JoJo Siwa? Can you do explain in YouTube? Oh, because that's one of the questions is all this stuff about her changing. Okay, so let me get to my notes, okay? So, this one part, she's talking about, I'm going to make sure I get these in order, okay? She's talking about how she's a bad girl, okay? And she's like, okay, so like this one time, I was like rolling through my TikTok. Like, you can still find it. It's still on my TikTok. It like, and she's like, and it really shows like what a bad girl I am. So it's this TikTok, and it's like from a long time ago, and it's like, it's really bad. Like, I'm really bad. And I'm like watching it. I'm like, what the fuck did she do in this TikTok? What did she do in this TikTok? I mean, she murdered somebody, you know, like, I mean, what is this TikTok? She's like, this TikTok is so bad. She's like, so I'm sitting there, right? And in this TikTok, I'm like in my, you know, JoJo Siwa t-shirt, and I'm JoJo Siwa, and I'm eating JoJo Siwa ice cream. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And she goes, but here's the bad part. And he's like, what? They're so corny. Do these people live in a cave and they never come out and like go to the real world? And she's like, I had an edible before I did that TikTok. Baby, I wish you could have seen my face when I was watching it. I was like this. You talk about face crack. I mean, literally face crack of the century. I mean, you could have probably just put in a face crack. I mean, I was like, you did what, girl? You ate an edible? So you were high while you were eating JoJo Siwa ice cream with a JoJo Siwa t-shirt on as JoJo Siwa? Oh, girl, you're bad. You are so bad, girl. You are so bad. I was so confused over this, okay? I was like, she's talking about how she, Miley Cyrus, and she wants to be the next Miley Cyrus. She's talked about that. Well, she didn't talk about it in this one, but she talked about it in interviews. Like, she, loves Miley Cyrus so much. I'm like, what'd you do? Do an edible one time, girl? Now, I've been sober since December 17th of 1994, all right? But I got a lot of friends of mine that do the edibles and smoke the ganj and things like that. Do you? Okay, you can handle it. Do it. If it was me, I'd be smoking pot all day. People want to celebrate 420. Back in the day when I smoked pot, it was 420 every day of the week, okay? So that would have been my life. I'd have been sleeping all day long. I wouldn't have been filming no videos and getting nothing done, okay? I'd have been just high as a kite. I wouldn't have even fucking known what was going on in The Walking Dead. I probably would have thought I was in The Walking Dead, okay? That's how high I used to get. So, when they talk about smoking yourself sober, that's what I used to do back in the day, okay? I get so high, wasn't high anymore, right? She is so bad, girl, for eating an edible. In California, a legal state, okay? She is so bad eating an edible, eating her own fucking ice cream. Can somebody explain this to me? I am so confused about this. This girl, she is so, it is so weird to me. I mean, this girl has lived the most sheltered life. To be so arrogant and so cocky. I mean, she's constantly, all these clips. She's like, yeah, I can't believe, this take is taken off. The numbers. She's talking on here about how it trended for, 3 weeks in a row on YouTube. I was like, that was never recommended to me. I didn't even look, because I just believed her, right? Because we should just believe JoJo Siwa. Because, if you take a lie and run with it. So I just believed her. I was like, I guess she was trending for 3 weeks. She wouldn't say it in a video if it wasn't true, right? She's like, yeah, 30 million views. I'm like, Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star, who Joey Graceffa and Daniel Prada boogered in their last video, they got that off of one video during their series back in the day. But music videos get hundreds of millions of views. Yours got 30 million. Hey, more power to you, girl, but that's about how many followers you got on Instagram, okay? So, I'm confusion as to why, that is for a music video in 3 weeks. That is not that great. Yes, it's more than I'll ever get on any video. I haven't even hit 1 million views on a video. Never in my life, okay? So sure as shit I would be. I'd be excited about that. But I'm like, girl. So then she goes on here and she's like, he asks her about haters of her rebrands, right? And she's like, whether you like it or not, it's like people's guilty. It's like, she says, it's people's guilty pleasure. And then she sings this part, and she's like, and I'm a bad girl. And I'm like, is she singing Billie Eilish right now? Da-da, da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, is she singing Billie Eilish? Is she singing Billie Eilish right now? Is this her song? I've never heard this song before. Is this Joey Graceffa's song? Is this JoJo Siwa's song? I've never heard this song before because he asks her if she stole the song. And so she explains in there that basically it was a song that people shopped and that the writer of the song is never lost, but sometimes the producers are. And she's done all these videos and she says in there how she's watched what the haters do. I actually liked her answer about this. This is going to stop in just a second, so hold on a second. Okay, she says in there that, if Susie's defending Betty, and Susie is somebody that, at school gets bullied a lot, that if Susie is, if she's getting the hate that Susie usually gets, I mean, you want to talk about some confusion. This girl has convinced herself of some shit that, it's unbelievable to me. She's like, if Judy's bullying or whoever, Tina, if Tina's bullying JoJo Siwa, then she ain't gonna bully Sally at school. I'm like, girl, did you ever go to school, or did you just go to that room that they had on the cast of Dance Moms? Because school don't work that way, okay? Those bullies, they bully everybody, girl. Seriously? You think because they're bullying you, they ain't bullying Sally? Girl, that ain't how it works, okay? Enter the real world, right? And then she talks in there about, he asks her if she stole the song, and she's like, well, no, I didn't steal the song. And then he's like, well, how did Miley Cyrus come into this? And she's like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. She keeps on taking these glasses off and on. And then he goes, are those even real? And she goes, no. I'm like, why do you keep on taking, they're for a look, right? So why do you keep on taking them off and on? You don't need to take them off and on, put them on your hair. They're fake, girl. They're fake, okay? So anyway, So she's like, I don't know. And I'm like, there's literally like a million clips. You say you watch this shit. She says on there, she notices everything the haters do. I'm like, if you notice that, then you've obviously seen the clips where people are talking about Britt Smith coming out and how Miley Cyrus chopped this song, but then she didn't want it. And that Britt Smith didn't want to put out, that she wanted to put this song out as her first song, but her team decided something else. You know the story, girl. Don't act like... I hate when people get in fucking videos. Jaclyn Hill does this. All these people do this, right? And they act stupid. They act like they don't know what they're talking about. Don't act stupid, girl, okay? You watched all the clips. You even say on there that Kendall calls you out, okay? Or Mackenzie or somebody calls you out about your dance. I think it was Kenzie you said that about, that made fun of your song, girl. Okay, your song is stupid. You deserve to have it made fun of. It's stupid, okay? So... the fact is, you know about how the Miley Cyrus situation came into it, and you want to act like you don't know? Girl, you know what it's about, right? So anyway, then she goes on and she says, but it's everybody's guilty pleasure. And I'm like, I could not tell you 3 words to this song. Like, I do not know this song at all. I mean, I know a lot of songs, okay? But I do not know this song. If it played on the radio tomorrow, I don't even know that I could tell you that it was JoJo Siwa. True story. And I don't think most people out there could either, right? I did a video the other day about JoJo Siwa, and about half my comments were like, who is this girl? I have never heard of this girl before. And then she says in there, for her, it was never about getting a #1 song. It was about changing the entirety of her career. And I'm like, but did you, girl? But you aren't, Blanche. Oh, yeah. Little old quote for you guys from Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. But you didn't really change your career. I mean, like, this was such a fail, JoJo. I don't understand. It really kind of makes me sad as somebody that, like, on the outside watching this, like, other than JoJo Siwa defending somebody that she thinks is a friend of hers and making that comment, like, I don't inherently think JoJo Siwa is a bad person. I mean, she's got these allegations about how she and her mom treated these girls on their show. I don't know a lot about that. But outside of those 2 things, I don't inherently think that JoJo Siwa is a bad person. Oh, and she could be a better role model to the LGBTQIA plus community. Other than those... well, those are 3 pretty big things. Those are 3 pretty big things. You know, other than those 3 things, I don't think she's inherently a bad person. I actually think she could have rebranded herself in a way that would have been more authentic to her, and I've said this in previous videos, where she could have come out and she could have addressed her friendship with Colleen Ballinger, and she could have rebranded herself in a way. Like, I don't know who she's got around her. Do all these people have a bunch of idiots around them as PR people? Because this shit doesn't take that much brains, okay? Or that much smarts. Like, I literally pull this shit out of my ass. And it's stuff that would completely change your career. This song, you branding yourself as a bad girl on the heels of defending Colleen Ballinger, that was a bad look, period, in the story, okay? That was never the move that you should have made, okay? And any PR person, image consultant would have told you that. So I don't know how much money you're paying these people, but you need to fire every single one of them. I could have told you what to do with 5 minutes on the phone call, okay? But you didn't call me. Instead, you chose to rebrand with this song that nobody can remember, okay? And it's already off the charts. I actually want to look on here for a second because she says on here that it had 30 million views, and that was when they filmed it. So I want to look on here really quick. JoJo Siwa, Karma. I want to see how many views it has now on here. 36 million views, and that was a month ago. It doesn't say it's trending anymore. So that's interesting. But, I mean, 30 million views is still good. And then, wait a second. I wanted to go in here and... oh, girl, okay. She must have tagged Britt Smith underneath her video because I looked up Britt Smith Karma. Now, there's no reason why JoJo Siwa's video should come up, but it's the second video that comes up. The first one is Britt Smith's video that somebody re-uploaded. The second one is JoJo Siwa, which means that JoJo Siwa actually tagged the video probably. I could go in here and look, but I can't do it on my phone. Probably tagged it because there's no other reason why that would come up, period, in the story, unless she tagged it that. So, anyway, that's interesting. I could be wrong about that. I'll just say that in case I'm wrong, but I'm going to go check, and I will be talking about that in another video. But I'm like, did you really change the entirety of your career? First of all, then it was you that was stuck in this role of the beau and being a dance mom. Then why did you do the Dance Moms reunion? Then you should have refused that. You should have said, no, I'm done with Dance Moms. I don't care about Abby Lee Miller. I know I've sang her praises. I don't care about any of those girls. I'm done with Dance Moms. And I'm rebranded and I'm moved on. I'm not Dance Moms anymore. But you turn around and you, in the middle of your bad girl era, you do the reunion where you're not even a bad girl. Like, you don't carry it through all the way, okay? You don't carry it through all the way. Like, slick back your hair. Always always wear like a black leather jacket or something. Girl, you don't carry this bad girl thing all the way through because you're not a bad girl. And that's totally fine. You don't have to be a bad girl. But I think for you, the only way that you knew how to break out of this mold of being the dance mom's cute girl with the bow is to go to the opposite of being a bad girl. You don't have to be a bad girl, you know? I love people that, listen, I was bad back in the day. I treated people badly. I was not a good person. I did bad shit. I did drugs all the time. I was selfish. I didn't care about anybody. I, was selfish. I say today in recovery that it's our statement that addiction is rooted in selfishness and self-centeredness. I was not a good person. I was a bad person. I'm not that person today. I'm proud of that. I ain't trying to be the baddest person in the world. I ain't got nothing to prove to anybody. And neither do you. Just be you. That's enough. That would be such a great message to send out to all of your young audience, all those young men and women out there that look up to you, to tell them, whoever you are, embrace it. Be yourself. You don't have to be somebody that you're not. But what you did was, you took a lie and you ran with it. And the lie you took and ran with, other than Colleen Ballinger, was that you're bad, that you're a badass. You're not a badass. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. But you took that and you ran with it, right? To the point where you're convinced that you're a badass because you ate an edible and ate your own ice cream. Girl, I hate to tell you, but there are 10-year-olds that are getting high. Hell, there are 10-year-olds that are dealing crack on the streets of New York City, okay? There are 10-year-olds that are probably dealing crack on the streets of Indianapolis, Indiana, period in the story, okay? There might be 7- and 8-year-olds. I don't know that you know what goes on in the real world around you because you are so sheltered that you don't take a look. You don't take a look at all of the world around you and the horrible shit that's going on in the world, okay? Every single day to people out there that are just fighting to be alive. But your fight is to be the opposite of a good girl, which is a bad girl. So what you actually taught your audience is be inauthentic. Be something that you're not. You could have taught them a great message to embrace whoever they are. If what they want to be is a straight-A student that wears a bow in their hair until they graduate from high school, be that. If they want to be a badass, okay, that loves music and loves rock and roll, be that. If they want to be an out lesbian, tell their story. You know? If they're trans and they want to share their story, share their story. If they're straight and they're proud of that, share their fucking story. Whoever they are, okay? But you didn't do that, girl. You convinced the world that you have to be something that you're not. It's a lie. You are the lie that was taken and run with. And nobody believes it. That's why your video's trending. That's why people are noticing you on TikTok, because people think that it's a joke, JoJo. And it's not about the song that it's a joke. And it's not that you're a joke. It's the rebrand is a joke, okay? So no, it didn't work. Your song is forgettable. It's not everybody's guilty pleasure. You've convinced yourself of that. Probably because you're sitting in a boardroom with 20 people that are telling you, this is everybody's guilty pleasure. And you're like, yeah, it is, right? It's done. This was your one shot to come out as a bad girl and release this song. I'm telling you, the next song you put out ain't gonna do this well. It just isn't. Period. End of story. You know, and be proud of that. You put out a song that got 30 million views on YouTube. Maybe you're a one-hit wonder. Maybe you're not. But there's a lot of people that didn't even get that. Okay? Be proud of that. Then she goes on there, he asked her about wanting to officially make the gay pop, and she's like, oh, I did say that, but I wish I hadn't said that, and I retract that statement. Okay, fine, she retracts that statement. At least she took accountability for that. That was impressive. I was like, damn, she's taking some accountability for something. Then she comes out and says that she wants to officially make a category. Now she's changed it, okay? That she wants to officially make a category called gay pop. And that Billboard doesn't have an official chart. And I'm like, oh, girl, seriously? Okay. Having to educate the children again. So there are actually millions of charts. Billboard's not the only one. I know to you it probably is. But there are actually millions of charts out there. Google gay dance music. Google gay pop, okay? There are actually hundreds of charts out there. I did it last night and I looked up all the charts that are out there. Billboard actually has put out an article. And they put out an article of like the top 100 songs, gay pop songs of the last like 50 years. They did a whole song of that. Queer anthems, okay? So, I don't know, give props where props are due a little bit, right? But you're wanting to reinvent this category. Now it's that you wanted to invent this category. You retract that statement. Now it's that what you meant by that was that you want Billboard to make an official category because they don't have that category. Girl, that's Okay, what you should have said in the interview with Joey was, yeah, I said something out of my ass and I look stupid but what you did was you tried to act like you already knew that. That you already you said Lady Gaga and all these other people, and you acted like you already knew that. You didn't know that, okay? You came across as pompous and arrogant in that interview. And what you should have said was, I came across as real pompous and arrogant in that interview. I acted like I knew something that I didn't know. I didn't realize that there wasn't a category. I thought that I was the first one to it because I live such a sheltered life. And it was an ignorant statement for me to make. But now that I know that, what I really would like to move towards is, and this is where you can't be authentic. This is where none of these people can be authentic, right? But now what I want to do is, I want to create a category on Billboard. I really want to push for Billboard to have a gay pop category. That's something, girl. Okay, fine. That's something to work for. While you're doing it, there's 100 charts out there of gay dance music, just so you know. Your song's probably on one of them, right? So they don't ask anything about Colleen. And I'm like, so two people that literally met through Colleen, okay, that refuse to talk about Colleen, except for you can take a live and run with it. They'll clickbait the title about Colleen, and they don't talk about her. And this is supposed to be a video where people send in questions, the most difficult questions. Oh, wait a second. Let's look at this this video again. It's called JoJo Siwa Answers Uncomfortable Questions. I don't know a more uncomfortable question than... let's talk about Colleen Ballinger and our friendship. Okay, it's obviously such an uncomfortable question that you didn't address it in the video. Okay, because you want to act like people send you these questions. Don't tell me not one person asked you that question, because your comment section is flooded with it. Which, Joey, I have to say, I'm actually kind of proud of you that you didn't delete these comments. But we'll see in a couple hours if they're up there still or not. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.